Hello, everybody. We are back.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here at Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, and up top, I always say that with Michelle. I'm always like, up top with me today.
She's up there.
Beside me today is Tanya. How you doing today, Tanya?
Hi, I'm excited. I'm really ready to get back into this crazy world of the Bachelor franchise. Here we go.
Me too. There's been so much going on. Do you have any, hot topics about the Bachelor and Bachelor Nation that you might want to just have a little touch on before we go dive deep into the Bachelorette men?
I mean, there's been so much that has been happening basically since we last wrapped talking about the show. So I don't know if maybe if people in the chat bring up some things that they would like to discuss, because I'm like, where to begin? There's a lot.
Where to begin? Well, one thing that I think is really interesting to begin, because we're talking about a new season of The Bachelorette, is I don't know if you saw on Jason Tartick's podcast, but he was talking with, I believe it was Dean, and they talked about the fact that they were both offered money to potentially be the Bachelor, and it ended up going to Ari, I guess, the season that they were part of the discussion pool, but. Jason and I think Colton all were offered $100,000 to be the Bachelor, and Colton was offered. Dean was offered $75,000, I believe, to be the Bachelor. So I've heard that the women are offered more. I don't know if it was just rumor mill, but I heard that Caitlyn was offered like $500,000. I don't know if that's just like a Canadian rumor mill, and maybe that's just the exchange. Like maybe it was like $250,000, but then they're like, yeah, $500,000. I don't know, but what do you think about those numbers?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I think like they probably lowball people with what they offer them for people that don't have the awareness of how much they could get for it. So I do think it's interesting that they offered Dean 75, and that was just like what was on the table for him versus like $100,000 or whatever. Like I feel like good leads must be able to negotiate more, or maybe they just accept.
Yeah, well, because what they also were talking about is that it has nothing really to do with being on the show or like being paid to be on the show, because the endorsements and the stuff that they get after is actually like completely blows that $100,000 out of the water. If Dean was saying that he's a photographer, and then like I think it was Nikon sponsored him for a whole bunch of different like camera stuff, and like he got a free mattress for $10,000 or something from the Sir or whatever it is. But like, so all the endorsements afterward is what they're kind of living for. And apparently on Bachelor in Paradise, Dean was only offered $400 a day. He bumped it up to, he said, hey, how about 800? And they settled in the middle at $600 a day. So that's actually below union standards, which is also really interesting. That that's definitely a low budget rate. But
it's not about scale.
It's not scale at all.
I guess they probably sell it as like, the exposure is the money that you're making in the show. So like if you go on Bachelor in Paradise, it's an opportunity for you to expand your audience on social media and get more followers so that you can get more of those paid ads or whatever. Because he seemed like he didn't give a crap about being on that last season that he was on.
No, but I think it actually really did really well for him, because I think that he really likes Kaylin.
Yeah.
They seem to be having a good time together, living in that van. And him living in that van, he said it actually ended up becoming his brand, and what people started to want to, like, why he became popular was because he was living in a van. So he made a name for himself, really. And we have Tamika here. Hi. Thanks for joining us back. We are so excited to be here. I've just been like so ready to talk about the Bachelor content. Hi, Natalie. Yes, we are so over Peter. So what do you think about Peter, just off the top of your head?
I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I do think the messiness that is happening between Kelly going on podcasts and then him on his own podcast, I guess, offering a rebuttal, something to do with Pokemon cards in some ways involved. And I'm just like, I'm just done with him. I do wonder if he will come back into the franchise in some way, because for all of the tea that he was allegedly going to spill, it's been pretty lukewarm. So yeah, I'm ready to not have Peter around, and I don't care for him or what he's doing. You know?
Yeah, I don't really either. I mean, I actually really like Kelly because like she's just so above him, which is like I find it hilarious. She was the one that brought up was like, I was just trying to pretend that I like Pokemon cards, but I really don't. I don't like she was trying to be the girl friend or whatever partner of Peter, and it was just like not her. Like not to say that people that play game like I like playing games, game nights, fun. But I guess there was an immaturity level that she's kind of referencing to his interests and his, you know, what he wants to do with his life. So yes, he sucks.
He's kind of, I put him in kind of like a similar category to a Blake H, where it's like on surface, him and Peter try and act all nice, and then even when he was talking about the Pokemon cards thing or whatever, the Kelly situation in his podcast, at the end, he was like, oh yeah, but I still think she's a good person and I wish her the best. And it's very performatively nice for me.
Oh,
and
God.
I think deep within, they're both seething and angry, like Blake and Peter. They're like the same category, but on surface, they're like, well, I'm just going to say what makes me seem like a nice guy, but it doesn't feel authentic to me.
Doesn't at all. And like, I didn't hate Peter went on his season, but definitely the whole ending really put a bad taste in my mouth with like him, like not making decisions. Like I didn't like it how it all played out in the end at all. But like now though, like he ended up getting the girl, like he got Kelly, but like why haven't they cleared up like her being in the after show or whatever, and like the rumors of her being pregnant? Like, they didn't clear up any of that stuff. Why did they get back together? Like, what happened? So I wish I did hear more of like the transition period, because it just came out of nowhere that like all of a sudden like they're quarantining together. I'm like, huh?
And he was dropping like dates of when his contract expired, being like, I'm gonna say what's happening, and then we're still waiting.
When's the date? Is it already passed?
Oh yeah, it was like, I think it was in March.
Peter, I want to tell all. Hi, Ms. Love. Thanks for joining us. So I think that I saw Dean and I think it's Kaylin. I don't think it's a
Kaylin,
team.
yeah.
Just bought a home together. Wow. Okay, that's great. Like I honestly like, you know, with how things went down on Colton's season. Oh, right, Colton. And, you know, her being kind of villainized, and then she had a traumatic story that she was kind of carrying around with her, and, you know, the fighting with her and Hannah Brown, and then Hannah gets the Bachelorette when I'm like, I was Team Kaylin. Anyways, it was just like, I'm just happy that she kind of, so far is getting her happy ending. It seems like they're really happy together, and she's enjoying her life, enjoying, you know, getting to know him. So I'm happy that that's a thing.
Yeah, I support that for them. I didn't expect it to work, but good for them. They maybe like, it's like they bring out different elements in each other that are good for both of them collectively. Because I feel like she came off kind of weird on Bachelor in Paradise as well. And also everything was messy with Blake and all of that stuff. And then I didn't think there was a long-term relationship that was going to come out of that. And then they've really surprised me. So kudos to them.
Kudos to them. And I love their pranking, teasing relationship. Like it just makes me smile whenever I see them. Like, oh my God, what is he gonna do to poor Kaylin? I'm like always like so worried for her. And then like she gets him back sometimes.
She
and
does.
I love that playfulness in their relationship. And so yeah, I really enjoy them. And I didn't think I was going to as much. I didn't think they were gonna even like work out with like her messy like Blake stuff on Bachelor in Paradise. Like all that was like in the text messages, like that was all bad. I was like, Kaylin, you're ruining yourself right now. And I think she really recovered. So I'm happy that things are going well for her. Okay, so Sophie says, hi, Sophie. It's funny, even though Big Brother isn't supposed to be a romantic show, they end up having more relationships than The Bachelor and The Bachelorette combined. Absolutely. And I think it's because, though, on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they've stopped trying to make people find their match. They are just trying to create a dramatic season. That's always a tagline, the most dramatic season, you know, and that's kind of what they're going for. So they're looking for, they're putting in producer plants so that they you know, make the drama. Like, was Victoria last season really going to be the winner? Like, was she the person for his heart? No. And so they're kind of lost the authenticity, I think. And with Big Brother, I feel as though, you know, the people are going on there, they have similar interests. They're, you know, they have to stay in a house together for a certain amount of time. They're under a very stressful situation. So there's not that many people you can necessarily gravitate towards. And so these kind of elements kind of bring people together. And it's a little bit more lasting. What are your thoughts?
I think that it would be interesting if, in the Australian Bachelorette season that's coming up, if contestants maybe start seeing each other, because from what I understand, she's pansexual and there's male and female contestants coming on the show. So I think it could kind of be that way in an environment where there's people who are willing to date differently. It's harder for the Bachelor, Bachelorette to develop anything because it's like the forced relationship between you and the lead, who is usually not great. And then everyone else potentially is like straight or bi, or we don't know, whatever. But yeah, it doesn't happen because there's not really that opportunity there. It's kind of like, Are You the One, where everyone, you know, was queer and they were able to date anyone that was on the show. That was super interesting and really good. Yeah, it's so good.
It was so messy.
I love that season though, because it's just like there's so many really interesting relationships that developed because it wasn't just contained to this concept. So obviously US Bachelorette is nowhere near getting there, apparently. Because people still want Chris back. So we've got some work to do before that happens here. But I'm curious to see how that plays out in the Aussie Bachelorette, and if anything happens. It would be gold for producers too.
I would think so, but I mean, it didn't really catch with like Tia Tequila Double Shot or whatever. Like, it didn't really. I don't know if the Bachelor Nation fans are ready for that yet, but I want to see it.
I'm ready. Yeah, I would love to see that, and visibility is great. I just don't think that Bachelor Nation USA is ready for that. No.
Not yet. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for joining us again. So the crazy thing is that the producers made Kelly wait till to make it official that she dumped Peter till Matt's season began. Tell me how nervous the producers were about Matt's season. Really? Wow. Okay, so like they just were like really cagey about Matt's season. And you know why? Because A, they chose somebody that wasn't ready for a relationship. B, they chose someone that wasn't ready to withhold like an entire race on his shoulders and in finding love. Like, he just wasn't ready for it. And they just threw him in there without even going through like the normal channels of The Bachelor. Like, if he was on Claire's season and then we're all like, oh my God, he's amazing, let's have him on, I think it would have worked out better. But it's just the way that they went. That was just a train wreck of a season. And just to touch on it now, people are allowed to find love. Absolutely. They can go back to anybody that they want to if they feel like they've worked on their relationship. But it's so performative between him and Rachel Kirkconnell. Like, I can't even look at it. I can't look at his beard anymore at all. And I can't look at them doing pose pictures with Black children anymore. Like, I just cannot do it.
That photo that he posted, I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is crazy. For everyone that was hating on him at the time of after the final rose saying he should take her back, here you go, congratulations. They probably were together even then, so hope you're glad you talked all that smack about him when he was just still seeing her or chose to see her again. He's embarrassing. Like, I feel like he embarrasses himself every day. I no longer feel like I even want to defend him because I'm just like, whatever, man. Like, I was hoping he was gonna actually pivot away. This is what I said to you before, where I was like, I had hopes that he would actually take seriously everything that he had gone through and like just reject the spotlight, or not even reject it, but he's courting it in such a like opposite way where it's like you need therapy, but then you're playing basketball with Justin Bieber and hanging out. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
TikTokers?
No.
I mean, if he just came on the show for some fame, like, get it, like, just don't just pretend like you're here to really make a difference in the diversity quotient on these shows. Like, you know, like, just be like, hey man, like, I didn't know what I was signing up for. Like, I can't have this responsibility. I don't know where I stand in this fight. Like, I just came on for some love and some endorsement deals. I'm sorry that I let you down. And I'll be like, okay, man, at least he's real about it. Like, it's just the phoniness. And yeah, I'm just over him. And I never found him attractive anyways. So it's kind of like, thank you. Let's like not see his storyline anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, anybody that's super fans of him, but
we're done with him.
Over. Don't be surprised that Peter will end up on the challenge one day. No!
Honestly, I would love to see it because he would get absolutely tooled by anyone there. There's no way that Peter will be good at the challenge. So for that reason alone, like, I would love to see CT just like talk to Peter. Like, what's going to happen in that interaction?
I mean, I would like to see him over any of these Big Brother people, to be fair.
I would be more interested in it.
Definitely. Joseph says, I can see Peter taking Matt's spot on Bachelor in Paradise. Yep. They love the fact that he's kind of like, he's a cad, you know, he gets the ladies 4 times in a windmill. Like, they love that he's like so sexual and like, but wholesome looking, you know? So they're really, really,
plus they're hurting for big names because so many people spoke out about not wanting to go on Bachelor in Paradise. We'll see. But then they need someone to have a former Bachelor, like someone a big name in Bachelor Nation, along with the fact that he hasn't really talked about everything that happened, as he said, leads me to believe that he would absolutely go on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, if he talked about it, then he wouldn't be going on. But the fact that he's like keeping it a little quiet is that he doesn't want to piss off bite the hand that feeds him. So
exactly,
he wants on that show for sure.
And he's an attention seeker and pretty desperate seeming to me. So like perfect environment for him to be. Let's hope he doesn't hurt his eye again.
or does. Just kidding. I don't want anybody to get hurt. What reality shows don't I cover right now? Like, I only am doing this one and the Challenge All-Stars, which is pretty much done. But it's going to ramp up in about a month because Love Island starting on July 7th, as well as Big Brother, and they're both multi-night a week shows. And I do want to do after the episode on Big Brother, and then also daily, if I can, of Love Island during the day. So right now, not much, but in a month, too much for sure.
Yeah, the content's about to get oversaturated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be doing probably like by myself with like random guests for Love Island every day, and like just do like a quick little like, if I can be quick, during the afternoon, but like, it's definitely going to be a lot of content. Top Chef Amateur, that's fun. I love Top Chef. This season, did you watch last episode of Top Chef? It was so good. Like, I remember I was laughing, I was crying. Like, it was such a good episode. Top
Chef is always like just a great watch. Padma's like such a great host. I love seeing her, and I love her energy and her sarcasm, and just her vibe in general is everything. And then it's like just good to see people who are good at what they do and not competing just for dramatic reasons. Like, they literally are clearly very good chefs, and there's a highbrow level to Top Chef that a lot of other reality shows don't have. But I heard that Amateurs is being hosted by Gail.
Oh, I love Gail too. Oh my God. That's probably why I loved it so much. Because Gail was, that was she was heavily featured on the Restaurant Wars, but whatever the last one was, I just love Gail. She's just so good, and she's Canadian support.
She's the best. Yeah.
So me and my best friend Anna, we've always been kind of like food besties as well. So like we're always going out for dinner. Like we don't like I order my thing, she orders her thing. We just like always tapas style, like wine, food. Like we just have always been dining this way together since like 2004. And we've always had crushes on chefs just because like it's just so badass to be a chef. So look what she found me.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that, are you living for...
I've never seen Tom with hair.
Like, Tom, I would be obsessed with you if I was working at your restaurant. I would be trying to make out with you. Like, anyways, Tom.
That's hilarious. You're a Tom fan?
I mean, I love chefs that make good food and know what they're talking about. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's so attractive to me. Why, you're not a Tom fan?
No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, what do I know? I'm not a food critic. So he probably is obviously super knowledgeable and has a lot of experience, but he's definitely like the member of the judging panel that I'm most often like, ugh, why is Tom saying this? Or just like, I don't know, he irritates me.
I'm obsessed with, I mean, he also, because there was this chef that me and my best friend were like, I don't know, he was just like, he'd always have after parties at his house, and we'd just like, I still ate meat at the time, so we would be eating like Kobe beef and drinking like $3,000 bottles of red wine at like 4 a.m.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
nice.
and so he actually looks like Tom, so it could be also that. But like, it's just like, I don't know, I have like a love for male chefs. You know, working in restaurants my whole adult life, I'm always like, who's the chef? So it just,
you're talented. You're like, wow, you're like, there's artistry to what you do. Like, that's a really cool skill to be like a good chef.
And
like,
they
to be able to just understand so many different things.
They love when people love food. And so they'll always be like, Chantele, like, I got something for you to try. And I'm like, yes. So that's probably why I have a little, you know, crush on Tom Colicchio, because I'm just like, I'm blinded by his chefness.
If
he's very masculine.
I'm sure it would be delicious. So I would definitely eat it. If he was like, I made this, I'm like, yeah, sure. Oh, I love mushrooms too.
So, okay, back to The Bachelor.
Yeah,
so there's been no lesbian relationships on Big Brother that I can think of. No. There might have been some canoodling, but I don't remember seeing that. What? No, no. Natalie, hi Natalie. So Tasha and Zach breakup rumors. That was with like her ring not being shown in a photo, I believe it was, and the mom unfollowing her or something. But I think it was all like a mishap, or is it something
there's
new?
more recent ones now, though I don't know the specifics of it, but I did see on Reddit people speculating that they've actually broken up. So I'm not sure specifically what happened, but which is weird because I know he visited, I mean, I guess it's been so much time now, but he visited her when she was filming for Katie's season. Seemed like things were good. I don't know.
I mean, I was shipping them, but I wasn't really feeling them before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if that's who she wants to choose, go for it. Absolutely. I want you to find love. I just didn't really believe in that relationship 100%, but
I was happy for them, but I have like very little faith that any of these relationships will actually like work long term.
True. Boo. Hi, Sam. Thanks for coming back, joining us again. Okay, remember ABC kind of had a Bachelor Big Brother ripoff that didn't work out? It happened a few years ago. You'd have to remind me the name. Hi, Rachel. We missed you too. Thanks for being here. We're going to get to our cast assessment soon. I'm just going to get through these comments so we don't have a gazillion at the end. Yeah, Kelly did an interview and she mentioned that she wanted to go forward, but producers wanted her to wait because they felt that it would ruin Matt's season. Nope, he did that on its own. She left Peter over the holidays. Yeah, I think they definitely weren't together. I think it was Valentine's Day. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm ignoring Matt and Rachel at this point. He is a mess like every other Bachelor. Yeah, he's so not my type. Do you see ABC reaching out for Lolo like a Bachelorette or a season for the future?
No. I mean, really wild take, and I love the chaos of this suggestion. No way.
I would live for a Lolo friggin' Bachelorette season. Like,
oh gosh.
It would be the athlete, and she's a virgin, and she's like looking for love, and can never find anybody that can handle her energy, and she needs like someone super successful in a sports, I don't know.
She's just not producible, I don't think. Like I think they have a hard time like manipulating her to do things.
Yeah, which could be good if they showed it.
Yeah,
like her sure. Like lashing out and be like, I'm not doing that. Like, no.
I mean, she did fall for Nam, like
Nam, such a sweet angel.
And that was super funny and awkward. So I would be thoroughly entertained. But this would be like the most chaotic choice if they made it.
I mean, but it would be interesting though, because they would have to let the people know who they were dating. So that would be really interesting to see the people that want to take on Lolo as well. Like who's here attracting? Who's coming for her? Which I think is very interesting too. I would love that. Sophie, startachange.org. Let's make that happen. I'd sign Peter on the challenge. I so needed that. Hi, Dolores. Thanks for joining us.
I want to see Peter in a hall, bro. Please. Powers that be. Please start bringing in people from Bachelorette franchise, though. That would be jokes. I would actually be entertained.
They had Chase on it.
Last
season, so
I forgot about that.
And then they had I forget her name, but there was a black girl from Bachelor Canada that was on, was it Final Reckoning? I don't remember which one it was. I can't, it was a season where Josh was eliminated, like he didn't get to do the first puzzle checkpoint thing where they had to run up the hill and grab like their puzzle pieces or something. And Josh didn't get on, but then one of the guys from, I don't know, around the world broke his finger, so he wasn't able to compete anymore. So Josh ended up coming in. He was partnered with Amanda.
I don't remember. Oh my goodness.
The twins were the Nolan twins were on there, and one of them didn't get on. It was a season where Morgan met Bananas. That the one?
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
I've been rewatching like that. I've been rewatching from 30 up just to like kind of refresh myself.
I'm on it too. I just finished 30. Actually,
I don't think it's a good rewatch. I definitely like view so many things so differently after watching it again. But anyways, I digress.
I mean, I'm not against it. I definitely. Ooh, Nash is here. Sorry, I just got like totally surprised by the gorgeous photo of Miss Michelle Nash.
Stunning.
Did you see the picture, Michelle, of Tom Colicchio as like a young lad, young chef? Yeah, I definitely would like to see Bachelor people on the challenge more than who they choose from Big Brother. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, if they're going to choose people from Big Brother, they need to start making better choices. Because these people are stale at this point.
Terribly stale. I'm surprised MTV hasn't reached out for top chef stars from the past to appear on future seasons of the challenge yet. They wouldn't want to maybe hurt them. Like, they need their hands and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same lane, The people that want to be on Top Chef, I just don't know if they just are doing it to be like famous, kind of like how it seems like people are right now. I'm on Top Chef in season 8 on Peacock. I've seen them all, but I haven't done any rewatches of them all. So I'm just into the current season of Canada and US right now. There's been no Amazing Race stars to appear on the challenge yet. Jennifer last season, first one out.
Technically Natalie too, right?
True.
I mean, that's on her claim to fame, but
they did pretty well though. They just screwed up on the first time they're on, but they were Final 4, I think, weren't they? Or 3?
I'm not sure, but yeah, obviously like legendary Survivor track record.
Hello, M. Moses. Okay, so Sarah and Willow BB Can 3 had a fling. I mean, Canadians are going to be a little bit more liberal and open-minded in that type of. They will allow that to be shown on TV more likely than on ABC. Kevin Martin and what's his name? Can't remember his name right now. They had a little kind of a make-out fling on BB Can 5. And even this season with the cuddling with Ty and Brent and Brayden, so we're a little bit more liberal in Canada with what we show same-sex wise in reality TV.
So it was Shailene from The Bachelor Canada 3 that was on the challenge, and I literally didn't even remember her being there.
Oh yes, Lola would be so entertaining at Moses. Would they ever do a Celebrity Bachelor and Celebrity Bachelorette? I would like that. Like we were saying, I think last season, like it would be cool if they did like how they used to vet at least the bachelors in the beginning. They were eligible bachelors. We had like the Travis Stork, he's a doctor, and that other guy that was like he had a palace, he was a prince. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to make it seem like, oh my God, these are just such amazing bachelors. So if they went back to that and they had like the football player, like what was that Jesse, he was a football player. Like I kind of like that. And if it was women also that were, highly esteemed, super eligible, I'd be here for that. I would like to watch that. Like some celebrity.
Well, it would be interesting if they got an actual big celebrity. I feel like maybe they have the resources to do that. I don't know. Like, why not?
Like
if
it
was someone super
Pitt,
famous. Well, I'm not thinking A-listers are gonna go on this, but I don't know, someone that's like famous. I don't know. Those people are still like more low-key famous. But yes, they had like some level of fame as opposed to Peter, like not relevant as a person. So I'm into it if it happens. Change it up. The ratings keep going down, so
right, because they're doing something wrong. Doris is asking for watching Big Brother Australia. I haven't yet. People keep on telling me to watch it, but I haven't yet. Have you watched any of it? Nope.
No, I have a hard enough time keeping up with just the regular one, to be honest.
Next season, it's a lot of Love Island people on the challenge. Yeah, I mean, I hope that I enjoy it. I only actually really saw Jeremiah is on it now, and there's one other person. I feel like it's only 2 right now, but a lot of people have been speculated to be on it. Do we see any challenge stars appearing on major network reality show? Not with the way that they are going right now. They're kind of just pulling in these pools of everybody like out, like out other worlds. So it's like World of the Worlds 3 right now. I just don't see that's what they're going for. I don't think they're trying to build a new star. Like I think they're just trying to get ratings. Yeah. Like, I think it's purely ratings.
Based on like some of the people that we've been seeing recently, like I just watched just finished All Stars today, but in general, just thinking about skill sets, some of them I think would actually be really good on Survivor.
Wait, who? Sorry, I was
thinking like some people from Challenge All Stars might be like pretty good on Survivor. Like even thinking like of Yes, as a person who seems to be like very knowledgeable and comfortable being outdoors, I would love to see him on a show like Survivor, where they could really like build up the story and see how he navigates that space. So there's some crossover that I would love to see. Even some people from the challenge on Big Brother would be interesting. But I don't think it will happen.
Zac Efron for Celebrity Bachelor. I don't know. I mean, I'm too old to be a Zac Efron fan. But I feel as though with all the plastic surgery things that are happening, I think that he has stuff going on. I think that he needs maybe counseling or something like that, because it seems there's something, I don't know. He seems damaged by celebrity a little bit.
That's a perfect level of famous, though.
That's true.
Of someone like that. Zach's a good reference point to be like, yes, like he's definitely not like A-list, but he's very well known, and like a lot of people follow Zac Efron.
Okay, Sophie.
Someone of that level.
No, I'm totally with you. Sophie, I've been pitching this to Fanta and Michelle. They don't like my name for it. So I've been saying we should call it finely aged meat. But like I want to go on the challenge All Stars as fresh meat. And that would be super, like somebody that's in the age bracket of all the people that are competing that have been watching them this whole time. So I definitely think it's a good idea because I had it myself. And I have been considering messaging Mark Long with the suggestion. So like, why not? I totally would love to do it. So Tamika's saying Jeremiah, Lauren. Oh, yes, I did see Lauren. And Priscilla, yes, from the UK dating Mike. All right, so we're getting off topic. We'll probably talk about Colton at some point during this. I don't know if maybe at the end or not, but let's get to the main event. So we wanted to go through the cast of Katie's season 17 of The Bachelorette, and do a little bit of a draft pick as to the teams that we were going to be having. So I kind of wanted to take a look at different areas in the season. And so I'm just going to give you my list of what I maybe want to discuss each episode. And then we can maybe decide on the point structure. And then we can go through the different bachelors. I believe there's 29 or 28 in a box. And we can, see who will get the most points. So we decided to do it as a friendly little giraffe pick. Winner gets bragging rights. And let's see okay, so this is the things that I want to talk about. So obviously Katie's looks, I want to, just take a look at what she's wearing, give it a 2 thumbs up or something like that. Hooju's, of course. So that hug jump that was named by, sorry, what was the name of the group?
That is Game of Roses.
Game of Roses. They coined the phrase Hooju's, and I love it. It's hilarious. It maybe if there's anybody that gets a new name, so like the Tickle Monster, like, just bad names, that could be something that we can give points to. Not necessarily a point attributor, but people's zodiac signs, when we start learning them, we can maybe start talking about those interactions. Points for right or wrong reasons if somebody's becomes that guy, or the villain edit. Who's going to get the 2-on-1 date? Shirtless men points. So I haven't decided, or we can decide in the moment, if it's like a whole team of shirtless, like maybe we'd each get 1. But if it's like on a date and the one guy takes his shirt off, you get some points. Any vibrator jokes? If anybody has a shocking secret, obviously first impression rose. Points if they get a home package, if they have a limo gimmick, if somebody comes for Katie, so that's going to happen. It's the box. And who are maybe the producer, plant, or producer. So I can give you this list as well if you didn't write them all down. But do you have any more things that you think that we'd want to A, give points to, or B, talk about this season? And I'm thinking like 5 points just to make it easy each time. Or is it one? Is one better?
No, let's do it. Let's give it a good point valuation. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to add. I don't know. This is a good spread. This is covering a lot of ground here. If I think of any other cliches,
we could.
I'll let you know.
So we'll give 5 points for all of those. I will put this in the info box below. And then we'll just be discussing them through each episode if they come up or if they don't come up. So because you are the guest here, I would love for you to have the first pick on which guy you would like to have on your draft that will get you the most amount of points. Oh, and obviously we'll give 50 points for proposal or final guy.
Are we allowed to include Blake in this draft?
I would be including him as the box personally.
Oh, you think he's the box?
I think he's the box.
I wasn't thinking that he was the box. I don't know what. I don't know what this box. The box is taking me out completely because I'm just like, really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to risk the box not being him because I believe that he will like do well on it if he comes back. Simply because
the box is an option. So
I know, but what if the box isn't blank?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I mean, no matter you would get 5 points for Blake or the box. So I mean, if you want to make a risk here and put other, but I think I had to add him to my spreadsheet. Hold on. Let's see. Blake points. Okay, so is that who you want? That's your first pick? You're going completely blind?
Yeah, I'm going to try it out because honestly, I feel like if he's there, because they had a flirtation happening before, and also knowing he will get me lots of points because he's Blake, I would like to take that risk. And it may come back to bite me, but I'm just going to do it. I also haven't read any of their bios, just so everyone that's listening along knows. So I'm going in completely off of these photos and job descriptions. So it's going to be really interesting what I end up choosing for Katie or for this draft.
It's really interesting, your strategy, because I was going to go with the same strategy and pick the box because I thought it was Blake. So I find that hilarious that we're both feel that Blake or the box will get us points. So I'm just trying to do this. Hold on. I made the a little.
Box is so silly. I can't be looking at that photo of that box.
Question mark.
Box.
Okay.
That's the job description. Box.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share. This is what I decided to do. Is to make it fish is we got a little draft board. So I'm thinking also with the draft board, I'm going to then make another little row of like, I'll make like a shirtless thing and we can just like put the shirtless thing in people's areas as well. So we can kind of visually keep a tally of what's going on. It'll be super fun. So you are taking, where did I just put Blake here. So Blake is going up to Tanya's section, even though he's not officially on the board. And I still think that the box is going to do very well. And so I'm also going to take who I think might be Blake Moynes off the board or the box. Because whoever it is, we're going to get some points for, showing up, whatever. Yeah. They're going to get some sort of package. They're going to get probably a date or some, a conversation about them. So I do feel like these are two good choices for points.
Yeah,
I don't
only for points. Not a Blake fan. Not a Blake fan.
Not a Blake fan at
Just
all.
to clarify.
I don't. Oh my goodness. I looked through everybody's profile, but I don't really remember who anybody is.
No.
I put a couple of stars beside people, but now looking back, I don't know why. I'm going to put someone that I like. Okay. The next person I'm going to put is someone I like. I don't know if he's going to be good or not. Okay, let me get this like this, like this. This is going to be hard to flip back and forth, but we will do it.
Some of these photos are just... Whew.
You're living for them?
No, I feel like these photos are always bad, and most people are more attractive than what these photos make them seem like.
100%. Definitely like their Instagram. You're like, oh, he's kind of cute. Or when they have a personality on the show, you're like, oh, he's way better looking than I was giving him credit for. Okay, so my other pick, he's like a little bit outside the box here. I am going to go for Marcus. So Marcus, what I wrote down, he's a real estate agent in Portland. Probably because I'm watching, Top Chef Portland. They talk about food and they're in Portland and like, he really loves the culinary scene. So I'm thinking that maybe he's a foodie, which means he might be a Taurus, which means he'd be a good match for Katie because Katie is a Capricorn. And so they might want to do some grounded foodie type things together. He loves board games. He says he loves Spider-Man, but he's afraid of spiders. So I'm not going to hold that against him. But he also loves the Lakers. So I do think that his age is good. He's 30, around the same age as Katie. And I think he's cute. I think that he seems very down to earth. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's going to get a lot of points, but I think he might go far because he looks like he'd be comforting and charming. I just wanted to also just read the last lines that they've been saying. So when describing himself as a lover, Marcus says he is amazing. There's no doubt that Marcus is ready for love and marriage, and we hope his confidence is enough to win Katie's heart. So that is my number 2 pick. It's going to be Marcus.
I think that's a good pick. Thanks. I'm reading his profile here, his Bachelor biography. Seems pretty normal. He likes to have music playing at all times. Cool. He likes to play board games. Monopoly being his all-time favorite. I'm like, okay, is that anybody's favorite board game?
I used to love it. It's probably like nostalgic.
He's looking for someone who is smart, ambitious, and tidy. Okay.
We stand you, Michelle.
Don't kill me. Yeah, no, I think Marcus seems like he will be a pretty normal person, which will either be a good thing, like you said, like he'll go far because he's actually a viable option, or he may be boring because he's not seeming like a dramatic person.
Now, as I am an air sign and Tanya is a earth sign, so we're probably gonna have different opinions. So like, would you find him to be someone that you'd be attracted to? Like being he seems earthy to me. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I was kind of gauging it on, is that I think that I don't feel Katie, as much as she came in with the dildo and, she was standing up for bullying. Yeah, get it. But like, I don't think she's that like flashy and exciting and like, doing all these jumping off a cliff. Like, I don't really know if that's her vibe. So that's true. I do feel like she's a little bit more subdued and chill, even though she's funny and like kind of lighthearted. So that's my thought. Let me just move my little person up there while you tell me your next pick.
Some of these photos. Okay. So I'm not necessarily impressed with his profile, but I'm just like gonna make this choice because he sticks out to me. And I'm gonna choose Greg, marketing sales representative from Edison, New Jersey.
Okay, hold on. I don't remember what Greg looks like. I need to figure out a better way to do this. Greg
is saying that he wants at least 6 kids, which is totally wild. But that he wants to travel the world with his wife before that. I'm like, okay. He likes to do something active on a first date, like riding bikes, dancing, or going to a concert. Those are all like pretty good things. And like also probably things that you would do on this show. He wants to find someone he can grow old with and treat like a queen. So the Bachelorette may just be swept off her feet.
Ooh.
He also probably has some situation because it says here, Greg is extremely close with his family and says his parents set his definition of #romance goals. Thanks to their love, the standards for what a successful marriage looks like are sky high, which to me spells out personal history reveal. So I'm gonna pick him, and I think he looks attractive in this photo. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she might go for someone like that. I don't know.
I'm totally with you. The 6 kids is a lot of an ask, but
that's a red flag.
I do have a star beside his name, him being a hopeless romantic, wants to travel the world with his wife, not afraid to admit crying in movies. It seems like he's kind of down to earth. I think I'm going to be saying that a lot about the people that I can see her with are going to be down to earth. And he's kind of handsome in a way that it seems to complement Katie. Like I could see them together. So yeah, I definitely had a star beside him. I think he is a good thought. Let me put him up on your board. Who's your second or your next pick?
Now this I haven't really.
What's his name? Greggy. Where is Greg? Here he is. Oh, I love this. It looks so good.
I know, it's pretty funny. It feels very official.
It's like,
Who do I'm just going with my gut, as much as we can glean from these terrible profiles. There's some people that I look at the photo and I'm like, maybe, and then I read the profile and I'm like, I don't know if Katie. What is Katie's type though? Actually, we don't really know, do we?
Not really, because I don't think it's Matt.
I'm gonna go for my second pick with Aaron, the insurance agent from San Diego, California. I'm liking his vibe.
Oh, him. Oh, the Dale lookalike? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at him. What do you like about him?
NCAA swimmer in college. He enjoys being outdoors, surfing and lifting weights. I mean, that could be or not be her thing. I'm not really sure what her vibe is. I agree. I don't know that she strikes me as like someone who's looking for a life of adventure, but maybe she is, it's Katie.
Well, okay, I think that he's very handsome. And obviously he has the Gale look. He's from San Diego, so he's going to probably be kind of chill, outdoors guy. The thing is that I looked at a little bit of his Instagram, and he just looks like he started to look like a man yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, and so he still looks, when you see all of his like Instagram from like a couple rows down, that he's like hanging out in high school. And so to me, that's like, it's unattractive to me just because like he could be my child almost. I mean, and also I do feel as though, even though Katie isn't very old, I do feel like she has a level of maturity in the type of relationship that she is looking for. And so to me, when I just looked at his Instagram, it seemed as though he's a little bit too juvenile for Katie. It doesn't seem like he's adult enough. But that's just from looking at photos. I don't know what he really is doing with his life. Like, he's an insurance agent, okay?
Yeah, and like that first sentence is really joke. Like, it's easy to see that Aaron is a strapping young man, but don't be fooled. There's much more to this California stud than meets the eye. Like, don't love that. But I do like that he's looking for someone who's down to earth, smart, funny, and doesn't take themselves too seriously. She could fit that. Well, will she like him though? And I'm not sure how he'll fit into the drama, but I'm considering him a potential.
Aaron says he can be a procrastinator, but now he's done wasting time and is ready to find his wife.
Okay.
He loves Halloween. I love Halloween too, but because he loves when things get spooky. Okay. I mean, he's very cute. He's very cute, but I don't know if he's going to be a match for Katie. He just seems kind of frat boy in his Instagram stuff. It just doesn't to me seem like a Katie fit, but you might get just some points.
You never know.
All right, let's Look at the board. You hate Halloween, Sophie. What? I love Halloween.
Oh, I love Halloween.
I love Halloween. I love dressing up. I used to have always themed birthday parties, and when I eventually get married, it's gonna be a themed wedding. I'm making all the guests dress the F up, just because. All right, let's look at what we have. Whoops, going on here. So you just took Aaron off the board.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, wait, who do I want now, though? That is the question.
Right?
Two. So Aaron goes to Tanya. I mean, okay, I'm just going to go for the adults, you know? Not to say that people can't be mature at any age or whatnot, but I've definitely noticed a pattern that people that are under the age of 30 that are getting into these relationships on The Bachelor don't seem to last. So I'm going to choose Andrew. So Andrew is, he's 31 years old. He's a deputy district attorney from Newport Beach. He likes playing pranks. So maybe it shows that he's like a little bit goofy. Doesn't take himself too seriously. He T-bowed when he graduated. So like, he's kind of a bros guy, but I think that she will still like him because he coaches water polo. So there's going to be a sense of authority that he probably has that's going to be attractive. The fact that he's a lawyer, I think, is very attractive. And he's 31. I think that age for her is attractive as well. So let's just look at our boy here, Andrew. Just kidding. Nope, not that Andrew. This Andrew. Nope, wrong Andrew. No, this guy. I swear I've done this before, people. Okay, Andrew. So, and I think he's also very handsome. He has really nice eyes. And like, if you're looking at genes wise, like I feel like he has the genes to make really attractive children. And so I feel like that's attractive in another, a potential mate. So I think he's very good looking. How do you feel about him? Do you hate him?
No, I don't hate him. Sorry, I was also like looking at the photos on the side, thinking about what I was going to do. No, I think the age strategy is a good one. I do think she probably will want someone that's more on the mature side. I was like, what is his job? Sorry?
Deputy district attorney.
Oh, okay. Impressive.
Yeah, exactly. At 31, that's great. Andrew M's life is all about adventure, and he is here because what greater adventure is there than the search for true love? And he enjoys woodworking, so that's the groundedness that, like, I feel like she seems like she wants, in my opinion. So nice. I'm taking really Andrew.
Lots to sample men's fragrances. Okay, you live that scent journey.
Who else do I have? So I don't know why I put a star here, but I'm just going to go with it. My other pick is going to be Christian. I don't know why. It says read profile, so I don't know. Okay. So I'm just going to pick him anyways, just because I put a star, but maybe it's just because I found him funny. So he's a real estate agent. He's from Boston, Massachusetts. Wants to find love like his parents. He's a family guy. That's probably why I liked him. Looking for his best friend. I think that's a good quality. Oh, this is probably why. So apparently he dreams of driving the Batmobile, which I find interesting. And he rocked a faux hawk in high school. And he loves parades. And he's fought in some MMA bouts. So I probably wanted to read his bio because, like, well, how ridiculous is it that he says, you know, he wants to drive the Batmobile. How they got that out of him, I do not know. But, you know. Okay, so Christian ideal woman values that Okay, sorry. Christian's ideal woman values the meaning of making a promise and keeping their word. He hopes to find a woman who appreciates him for the thoughtful, hard worker that he is, while also pushing him to be the best version of himself. So, I mean, I guess I like him. He's okay.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, I'm curious what his personality will read like when it's actually in the show. Because based on this photo, he looks like he could be a little bit bro-y, but TBD.
TBD. Okay, let's just put that up on the board. Do you have your next two? So who did I pick? I picked Andrew.
Oh yeah, sorry, Andrew and then Christian.
And then Christian.
Okay. I'm gonna go for like a low-high combo. I'm gonna pick someone first that I think will be pretty unhinged, and I'm gonna choose Gabriel. Gabriel, the 35-year-old entrepreneur. There's a lot to unpack in this profile here. It seems like one of his points is Gabriel doesn't understand the concept of athleisure and believes that people should respect elegant styles of the past. Okay. He loves the expression Renaissance man and feels it describes him well. I don't think people who are actually Renaissance men would describe themselves as such. So, sure. His current passion project is finding his forever love. No. And then he's not afraid to share his feelings and hopes to find a partner that he can evolve with through life. So it seems like this is their Bennett proxy for this season, and they're just casting types, which leads me to believe that he will be obnoxious and very likely do something awful. Like, there's no way that this human being is not a producer plant or just acting crazy. Like this profile is wild. So that's my choice.
I mean, this is great. Like, he's great. I love your rationale and reasoning for him. I want to see him be the train wreck that we're hoping for. I definitely had a star beside his name, and I just wrote athleisure in stars. So it's like I think he's in there to get some points for you.
For sure.
And we might be figuring out some new category of points for, I don't know, most cringe in the episode or something. I do think that he's a great pick for points. I don't think he's going to be getting her hurt, but I like the age too. Wearing his
ribbed turtleneck under the blazer, which is a fashion choice of contestants that make it far for some reason. So even though I don't appreciate the styling that he's offering here. We'll see. I'm hoping he'll either, if he goes out early, I hope he at least stirs it up while he's there. That's my main idea with him. Do I have another one now?
You do.
I don't know why this person is jumping out at me. I just think maybe him and Katie could be a match in some way, but I'm gonna go with Connor C. Specifically because I feel like Katie's kind of tacky. Like, okay, so when we watched the episode where Katie went on her date with Matt, she was wearing like literally just a very basic sweater and jeans. And while maybe some people find that refreshing, I was just like, oh, she doesn't know how to dress herself, or like doesn't really have style. So for someone like Connor, who says that he loved his puka shell necklaces growing up, that is going to be really interesting. But then I'm also raising that they're not going to be a match because he's gone out of his way to address here that religion is super important to him. I also feel like highly religious contestants usually have some kind of interesting element to the show. So either he will be eliminated immediately, or like maybe he'll be around and kind of sneak in there, but I don't know.
I love it. So he's the only birthday that I was able to find, only because he references the fact that he has the same birthday as Matthew McConaughey. So
Yeah.
I looked that up, and that is November 4th. So Scorpio and Capricorn are a good match. We like seeing water and earth together. So just elementally, I think that's a good pick. I definitely wrote down that he loved the puka shells. So, for what you are going for here, I think that he's probably going to be around for a while. He never left the country. So him being a little bit kind of not very worldly, it might be okay for Katie, but I guess to me, it just seems like he might be kind of boring. But, and he wants to move to Oklahoma. I'm just like, oh, really? These are not necessarily the dreams that I have. But I'm a completely different person than Katie. So I could definitely see him and Katie meshing because I don't know why I keep on feeling like she really wants like a homely, like to feel safe kind of vibes,
Feeling like she may be also super turned off by him. I don't know. I've been wondering because he's like got this deal breaker situation about his religion. So will that be a point of contention? Who can say?
Who can say? Okay, let's add you to the board, which I love. I love all your rationales for these men. It's so hilarious. Okay, so we got rib turtleneck and what was that guy's name? O'Connor C.
Connor C. Yes.
Okay. These teams are looking good. I feel like all of them have a shot right now, but like I have no idea, to be honest, like who any of these people really are. Who am I gonna pick though? He's cute. No, should I go for the Canadian? Yes, why did I even say that? Of course I'm gonna go for the Canadian. Okay, so because I got a hot tip about the Canadian there.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh, is it this guy? Hold on, where is he? Not that Brendan. This guy. Well, I mean, I could be untrue, but Brendan apparently is friends with our boy Blakey. So.
No. Okay.
So if that's the case, and he's around when Blake shows up, I think that could be good for some points or some like strategy and try to get some points. I like that he's a firefighter. That's like definitely a trainee, but like, it's a goal that he wants to have. I think that's awesome. He's not a good dancer, but that doesn't stop him from tearing up the dance floor. His favorite sport's hockey, obviously, because he was Canadian. Bothered me though that he doesn't really like vegetables.
What's that? Like,
that's just kind of strange for I guess he's only 26. But yeah, he's looking for banter and a sense of adventure and an open mind. And I think that Katie, obviously, she's being kind of plugged as very funny, open-minded. So I do feel as though he's going to be into her. And he wants to take the love of his life swimming with sharks. I just think that Katie would be into doing that with somebody. You know what I mean? So I'm taking Brendan, the Canadian. Hopefully you get some points with him.
Can't wait.
Now, who else oh my God. Am I just going to go for this like ridiculous? Like, I don't even know if I like this person. What does he look like? Yeah, I'm just going to go with this guy because I don't know why. I'm going to go for Cody. So let's just let you see what Cody looks like. He's very cute, I find.
Zipper salesman.
That's what sold me, ladies and gentlemen. The zipper salesman sold me here on this guy, Cody. I just think he's cute. I think that he's from San Diego. He's 27, so he's kind of getting close to her age. I just wish everybody was 30 plus. It would just make things a lot easier. And so he says he wants people to look past his exterior. So I'm wondering if that means that he's even better looking in person, and see what he's all about on the inside. You know, he likes buying flowers for no reason. So this makes me feel that he might also be a little bit of maybe a Taurus, or he could also be maybe a Libra, because it's ruled by Venus. So Venus likes things that are like sensory and beautiful. But I feel flowers is more of a Taurus thing. So, you know, it could be an earth sign. Would love to surprise you at breakfast in bed. Very Taurusian. And so if he is an earth sign and a Taurus, I think he'd be really good with Katie. He's a proud Eagle Scout. And his favorite show, though, this is concerning, is the Jersey Shore. But, you know, he also wants to be a cowboy in the Wild Wild West, so...
Yeah, that's like okay, sure, whatever. I was thinking he could even be a Virgo, because Virgos love to work hard towards a goal. So this idea of owning his home by the age of 30, I'm like, okay, good for you, Cody. Sell those zippers and just absolutely crush it in life. I think that's a good choice, though. She could be really into everything that's happening here.
Right?
And I'm curious because the shot's just from here up, but I'm curious about the handsome server with the 6-pack. That's a shirtless moment waiting to happen.
Yes. So those are my two guys. Let's get those up on the board. Who do you got coming up?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with John, the bartender from Pacific Beach, California.
I don't even remember who I just picked. Sorry, Brendan. This guy. Oh, Canadian, right? So right beside other. Sorry, I'm just a little bit behind here. Okay.
It's okay.
Sorry, who are you picking again?
I'm picking John, the bartender from Pacific Beach, California.
Why John?
I just feel like he seems like pretty normal. So he's a vegetarian. He thinks swing dancing is fun. He loves the smell of fireplaces. Okay, cool. He's looking for someone genuine, honest, and willing to challenge him to be a better version of himself. Cool. I feel like she's the person that would like to challenge her, or at least like not just be like her and her partner, like have someone who helps her, you know, continue to challenge herself and challenge each other. He likes going to EDM shows and jumping out of planes, which I feel like most Bachelor people do. Yeah, I don't know. Something about him seems good to me.
He loves the smell of a good fireplace. I mean, I do love that smell. It's a pretty good smell. He's getting his pilot's license. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah. No, I didn't mention that, but yes, also cool.
Worrisome. The enjoys EDM shows. That's a little bit. Juvenile for me. I mean, I went to raves when I was 15. But and he also suggests trying a kiwi berry and to look it up and try it. I've never looked it up and I've never tried it. Have you?
No, but I like kiwis and most berries, so I'm sure it's delicious.
Speaking of like interesting fruits and vegetables, I haven't tried it yet, but I saw on, I don't think it was Instagram Reels, that someone puts sugar on an actual cucumber, and when you bite into it, it tastes like a watermelon. So I have to try that just because it just seems so weird. But
like
apparently
a TikTok thing.
I don't know if it's just like they're lying to me just to get me to try it, and it's just disgusting. But that is something I'm going to do. All right, so you got, who is this guy? John. And un otro.
I'm between a few here. Let's see. Who will I go for next? I'm gonna go for Kyle. He looks attractive in this photo, but also He's looking for that romantic comedy kind of love that lasts forever. So that's somebody that could be very produced. He's only ever wanted to live a one-woman kind of life. Okay, so what's the story behind that? Like, what's the dating history? Would love to know. Looking for a woman who's intelligent, athletic, compassionate, and always down to try new things. Like, that's athletic. Define athletic. Someone who wants to travel with me for adventure. I don't know. He seems just like a very typical white bachelor man. So they tend to do well.
And I love that he's looking for romantic love. So that's like, I think that's positive. He hates mayo and mustard. Questionable. I mean, mustard is quite delicious. He wants to fly and not sit in traffic. Interesting comment. That's in his bio. Lifelong idol is Steve Irwin. Okay.
So random.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do like that he's ready to settle down though. So I think he's very handsome, and he has that whole he's very masculine and manly, which I feel like is like her kind of type of guy.
Yeah.
So
just seems like that classic batch contestant glow.
Yeah. He definitely is he's good looking. I think he's a good pick aesthetically. He's a little bit young, he's only 26, but I do think that he's a good one. All right, let's look at board. Who was your first person? John, was it?
John and Kyle.
Wait, did I put yours on mine up here? Whoopsie-days.
The audacity.
Or audacity, as Victoria would say.
Audacity.
And what was this cutie? Here we go. All right. Who am I going to go for? Oh my God, we have to blow through this though.
There's a lot of guys.
Like, why are they going to choose so many? Just choose 20. Like, that would be enough for a whole season, you know?
Especially because so many of these guys are going to get knocked out like that first night. So it's just like, see you later. All this effort later. And you won't even be there.
Okay, I don't remember who this person is, but we're just going to go with it because we are risky like that. Let me just cue them up. So my next pick is going to be Thomas. So Thomas is a real estate agent. He's from California. His love language is food. So anything that's tipping me off that he might be an earth sign, or might be a Taurus, is kind of what is making me pick some of these people. I'm still looking for the love matches. I've learned the hard way that I don't win without getting points, but I do want Katie to find love. So with this guy, I feel as though he aesthetically, I can see him looking good with Katie. I mean, he rocked Ed Hardy in high school, which I think is hilarious because I had an Ed Hardy trucker hat at one point in my lifetime. But he also wants to give a food tour of San Francisco and San Diego. And I think that that's like a good date. Like, that's like, I want a guy that takes me out on a date of showing me a food of his city. Like, that's fun to me. Like, I feel as though, you know, his love language is food. Like, who wouldn't want to be dating somebody like that? So he's a real estate agent or broker, which is even better. So he probably has good taste, a nice home. So very earthy. I think he'd be good. And how old is he?
I think he's like 27.
He's 28. I think that's like decently good age for her. Wish he was 30, but can't have it all. Any other thoughts for this hunk?
I had his profile open on a tab here, so I don't know. Something stood out about it to me as well.
Okay, I think I thought of a new category. Okay, so the next person is Michael that I'm going to pick. And I'm thinking, so where is he? because like I don't feel like Katie has like the cool guy all the time, you know, like he doesn't seem like the cool guy, but he's a business owner. He's from Ohio. He wants somebody that's witty and has a funny bone. He's a single dad of a 4-year-old, so you know that at least that he's responsible in a certain way, that he's been in a most likely a long-term relationship, and I do feel as though he's more likely to be wanting to settle down than some of these people 10 years his junior. So he's 36. He prefers mountains over the beach. So this also is lending me to believe that he might be an earth sign. And he loves 90s rap and R&B. So do I write down as a category somebody that raps to her?
I mean, usually is an element of the show. Some type of
raps
song,
or serenade,
rap,
or serenade of some sort, just in general.
a poetry chair.
There might be another musician. I don't remember who, but I think I heard that somebody might be a musician. So, okay, so let's put that up on the board while you decide on your next two.
Okay, so one of them I'm definitely choosing is gonna be Mike, the gym owner from San Diego. He's 31. And the first sentence is, when people find out that this great looking guy used to play professional baseball, they assume that he must be a player, but that could not be further from the truth. Okay.
Player! Player alert.
Flag. He does not like dessert. Concerning.
I mean, I don't like dessert, to be honest. Like,
none of it?
No, not none of it. I'm very particular about the desserts that I enjoy. I'm not like someone like, ooh, I have to have dessert. I prefer savory over sweet. In general, I can appreciate good dessert, but I don't like creamy. I don't like icing-y stuff. I don't like super sweet things. So I can understand not liking dessert. You know, some people are like, oh, I want to have dessert for breakfast, like for my entree. Like I just no. So
for me, I was like, I cannot.
Like I don't have anything sweet in the house really, other than like some maple syrup.
For me, I feel like it's like kind of tied into this like discipline. He describes himself as disciplined. He wants a woman who loves staying active. There's also another piece in here where he said he grew up in a very loving family where the cornerstone of his upbringing was his faith. Once again, I don't trust this guy. So I'm gonna choose. And then in the photo, there is a gleaming cross necklace that he's wearing. Bring it on, Mike. You're definitely gonna stir things up, I feel.
Okay, let's just pull them up so people can see what Mike looks like.
Yeah, the context.
Oh boy, yeah. I'm scared.
I'm concerned.
Okay. I mean, he's handsome though, but like I'm a little bit worried of him, you know? Like
look at that cross.
He's a little scary.
He says that he's a successful MLB player. Is anyone can fact check, like, I don't know who this man is. But cool. And then next what direction do I want to go? I think I'm going to choose Andrew S. I keep coming back to him.
Okay.
Pro football player. He's from Austria, from Vienna. He spends half the year living in Vienna, where he plays professional football, and the other half in the Chicago area. So that might be a deal breaker, to be honest, because essentially he has to live overseas for half the year. That might not be okay, but I don't know. It says here that he has a great sense of humor, and one of his favorite party tricks is imitating accents from around the globe. I can tell from this photo, it does seem like he's got like a good sense of humor, at least seems like a fun person. So like, I'm hoping that that energy will translate into TV. He also says he's close with his 96-year-old grandmother. That's fantastic. And he said that seeing the Colosseum in person in Rome was a dream come true. And I'm like, yes, you know what? Like, having been to Rome and having traveled, it's a really nice and
Oh my God.
awesome experience.
When I saw the Colosseum, I was on a bus and I was just like, what? Like, it was just so wild just to see the Colosseum, like, while I'm just on the city bus. So I totally can, you know, the awness of it is quite remarkable. So I definitely agree with that.
So living in Europe has given him an updated outlook on life, where people work to live instead of live to work. So
nice.
I totally respect that. Yeah. And he's not afraid to make a grand romantic gesture.
Ooh.
And says that when the moment calls for it, he has no problem driving for hours just to hand deliver lunch and fresh flowers to that special woman. Perfect. Like, please do something like that on the show. Please.
Okay, so maybe like gifts, unexpected gifts. It should be in there. Gifts. Okay. He also is close with his 96-year-old grandmother, which is amazing. And my favorite cocktail is a margarita. So the fact that he is challenging people to make a better one than him, I'm down with his choice there. So I think he seems like a great guy. I'm liking that pick for sure. Was that your second one? Who's your other person?
Yeah, that was my second one. The previous one was Kyle. Or wait, was that his name? Mike.
All right.
Mike.
Okay, let's just add that to the board before I forget. I love that you look like you're doing real research.
Yeah, I'm like looking at some of these. I'm just like, what's happening?
Okay, so what does Mike look like again?
He's got a blue shirt on.
This guy.
Yeah.
And then you just chose. Where's the guy that you just? Oopsie daisy. Uh-oh. Okay, phew. Where's the guy that you just chose? I did not put his picture down here.
No, he's not there. He's wearing like a white turtleneck.
I will add it. Just remind me to add it. So we'll have this.
No problem.
Andrew. I must have not put both Andrews in or whatever. I definitely put his name there. Maybe I forgot the one, Andrew. Okay, so we'll add that after. So for me, where am I going here? So that page is done. Who's this guy? Who's Austin? Do you like him?
Austin, I have a TBD on him.
He's kind of cute, eh? Yeah, I'm going to go with Austin. Let's just show you guys what Austin looks like. I think he's a cutie patootie. So Austin here, so he's 25, he's into real estate, he's from California, he wants to flip over 100 houses, so that could be that Virgo energy that you're talking about. He also works out 6 days a week, which is very Virgo. They love taking care of their bodies. He loves his white shoes and he's scared of people getting them dirty, which could be a little bit problematic, but maybe he was trying to be funny and it just didn't land when who writes these bios. Actually, that's something I did want to discuss because they make them look like the biggest tools like ever. Like I'm just like,
they really do.
This is such a cringe-worthy bio when they're probably just like a normal person. So yeah, I like him. I think he's handsome. I like that he seems ambitious. It seems like his career would fit with Katie. Like I feel like they would go decently well together. So yeah. I like him. I lost my pen. And who else do I want? Not him. Do you want him? Ooh, did you take him already? Yeah, you did. He's cute though. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go back with my age thing. And I'm going to go for Hunter. Now, he's not necessarily a great looking in this picture, but I believe that I saw some other photos of him on somebody else's doing a cast assessment, and he was more handsome in some other photos. So I'm going to take him, especially I like his age, 34, 4 years older for like a man. I think it's a perfect age difference. He's a marketing sales rep. He's from New Jersey. Oh, just kidding. He's from Houston, Texas. He's a software strategist. He has 2 children. So I'm taking the people with the kids. So maybe I need to add a point for myself. Have a voice call from the kid or a gift made from the kid. He's known for writing love letters, which I think is nice and romantic. He's never ridden a horse, so he's definitely going to be riding a horse on this season. And he has a pet parakeet named Zazu. So I don't know if he's the best, but I'm curious to see how he does. I think his age is what sells me the most, and that he likes writing love letters. So he could be romantic, and that's kind of earthy, but it could also be kind of Pisces, which is actually good for Capricorn. So any thoughts about this guy while I put him up on the board?
Yeah, it was the age thing for him makes sense. I had the same reaction that the photo was obviously not flattering, which, to be honest, deterred me from picking him. So we'll see if that was me judging a book by its cover.
This goes there, and this goes there. Okay, we're almost, oh my God, there's so many guys left. Let's go.
Okay. You already have that one. I'm going Justin.
Ooh, I think I liked him.
26-year-old investment sales consultant. He is one hell of a catch. Tall, handsome, and has a great career in investment sales. And for the cherry on top, he's also an extremely talented painter.
That.
Love that.
Love a painter.
Says that he has parents who have been happily married for over 30 years, with providing him an excellent example of what a successful relationship would look like. That is for sure a conversation that they will have on the show, and that's what he wants for himself. So that he's dated around, but just hasn't found the one. He's also 26, so that probably has something to do with it. And what's with all these guys saying that their dream girl needs to be athletic or passionate about fitness? Is that like them just like suggesting that they want people to look a certain way? Like, I don't understand. But he wants his ideal woman to be passionate about fitness and enjoying a day of barbecuing and a good bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. Okay.
I'm thinking that he probably wants to start an Instagram channel with his partner after this, and like for that to be something that they could, work on together. That's what I'm thinking.
He does not like to dance at all, which
I had a star by him, and then I saw that and I was like,
I also feel like maybe Katie's not like up to speed with some of these things, but we'll see. I don't know. Something about the length of this and the factoids that they're dropping are very like breadcrumbing us for someone that might have some kind of screen time, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But that's where I'm at with that.
I definitely like that he's a painter. I definitely like that he likes a white wine and a barbecue. That's funny. I love that his parents have been married for a long time. I just don't like that he doesn't like to dance. That makes me feel as though he takes himself really seriously. So that's would be my worry about him. But I think he's extremely handsome. I think he's a good pick. You have one more, correct? Yes, you do.
So this profile is just starting off with a bang, and that is Brandon, 26, auto parts manager from Queens, New York. He's got kind of this flow of hair. So the first line, Or sorry, it's the first and second line, but it really got me. So Brandon is quirky, intelligent, and unapologetically himself. Can't wait. He attended Northwestern University, where he says he learned to outgrow behaviors that limit his progress as a person. What does that even mean, dude? Like, that's just like lacking self-awareness to me as a comment, which again screams good contestant. Interestingly enough, he's fluent in Japanese and Spanish.
So. I like that. I love the fact that he took a flat iron on his bangs. Like, winning.
Yeah, I'm curious to see this hair in action, in motion, on screen. I feel like this photo is not great, but yeah, something about this I feel will be interesting. So, and he says he loves to attend the occasional rave. So,
what I didn't like about his bio was that he says he hates exorbitantly overpriced restaurants. And it's kind of like,
so don't go there.
They don't go there, but like, usually those really overpriced restaurants are offering a specific type of experience. So like, it's usually like a tasting menu and it's like 25 courses with wine pairings. Like it's usually like a certain thing when they're extremely overpriced or expensive. Yeah. And so the fact that he kind of has like a bit of an attitude about like things being expensive without maybe appreciating what the value is that they're going to be offering up there, it kind of seems to me a little bit judgmental and like,
oh yeah, his whole vibe seems very judgy and off. But then to go with your thing of like, you know, earthy and those qualities, he does reference that his ideal date is a meaningful conversation, delicious cocktails, and a nightcap at home getting cozy over movies and snacks. Yeah. And his idea of a romantic gift is a home-cooked meal or a handwritten letter. So very tactile, very like sensory. So maybe she might be enticed by that. But he is also 26, so I don't know. And he also seems not aware based on what his profile is. So we'll see. We will see.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so you picked Justin, and you picked Bang Guy.
Yeah.
All right, we can get through this in like 10 minutes. Let's do it. Who else do I want here? I feel bad that like I haven't been picking any of the men of color. I just don't know if I see Katie with any of these men.
I mean, given the track record of the show as well, like I feel like it'll be back to usual shenanigans. But
I think that, well, I'm gonna go with a man of color here. I'm going to go with David. Okay, let's just get back to David.
I wanted him.
You wanted him. Well, it's too bad.
I was risking it, and then that's what happens.
He's very cute.
He is.
Let me pull him up for us to take a look at. I just wish that why won't they give her people that are 30 plus though? You know, like I just... like, set her up for some success here, guys. So we have David. He's 27. He's a technical product specialist. I don't know what that means. He's from Nashville, Tennessee. He has Jamaican parents, so I like that. So he's definitely, my mom's from Jamaica, so the foods that he might like are going to be foods that I like, so I'm into it. He's born in New York. He loves New York pizza, which I've never been to New York as an adult, but I love pizza and I love like that foldy, like delicious pizza. So he's on the debate team. So I think that he can hold a conversation most likely. And you got to love someone that, you know, enjoys a good old NSYNC little bop. So I'm into David. I think he's cute. Any thoughts?
I was gonna pick him next. So I understand the rationale here.
Me too. Of course. And who else do I want here? You picked him already. Do I want him? I don't think so. Not yet. Okay, this might be a shocker here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Landon is my next pick here. I'm not usually for this length of hair, or this vibe necessarily, but he might be someone that goes like for a long time on the show. He seems like he's like quite happy. I know he's smiling, so it's like, duh, he's smiling, he's happy. But he's a basketball coach, and so if he's hanging with kids, like I feel like he gets along with people. His nickname is Sunshine, so people might think that he's good vibes, good times. He's a loyal believer, so he likes some Canadian music. He loves Uno, which is like questionable because there's no strategy behind Uno. But I am a Settlers of Catan girl, so I'm into that, and I am into Christmas lights. So I'm liking Landon. I think that he is okay. Do we like Landon?
I had that tab open as well.
Ooh, it's two sniped right from ya.
I can't tell if he'll go the way of being like appealing or unappealing, but I feel like either one is a win.
Yeah, I think he'll be around for a while. Like, is he like the only blonde guy? So even
for real.
That alone. Wait, am I putting people on the wrong spot? Oh my Lanta. But is that my guy?
Yeah.
This is your guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you would need David.
Who's David again? This guy.
That you just made. Yeah.
Come on. This guy. Come on.
Exactly.
And then I just did this guy. And I still owe you, Andrew. I'll put it up for next time. Cool. Who do you got? We're almost done. Yay.
I'm going to go with the other Connor B, 29-year-old math teacher from Nashville, Tennessee. Few things I like about this choice. He's in Bachelor Hub of Nashville. Great place to stay connected within the franchise.
Oops.
He's an 8th grade math teacher. Like, good for you. But what really gets me thinking that this might be good for Katie is, as he describes his ideal partner as genuine, kind, socially accepting, and open-minded. So from what we know of Katie, she tends to be, well, in the Bachelor world, she's someone who's outspoken about things and is more open-minded about certain topics that are normally shut down. He's a little bit on the older side, or like, obviously he's still under 30, but still of this crop, a little bit older. Dreams of going to Italy and overindulging in pasta. Yeah, I don't know.
Smart. Master degrees in medical physics. So like, it sounds smart. Deal breaker is women that don't respect waiters. I mean, it's good. I would hope people respect waiters because I've been a waiter for a lot of my life. So
respect your servers, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't strike me as someone that's going to be very exciting. He's not going to be stealing her away, you know, or like, can I cut it? Or maybe he is. Maybe he's going to get up all that courage and go and like cut in. I mean, at this point, I think everybody's a good pick in their own way. But I don't see him being the final rose recipient.
No, I don't think so. But it seems like, I don't know. I was like, I'll just take both Connors, you know? Let's just like, I feel like initials people, when there's a few, one of them's probably going to stay. Maybe, I don't know. I'll take anyone that's got an initial in their name.
That is a good idea. Okay, who's your next person?
So then for my next pick, I'm going to go with Josh. He's 25 and an IT consultant from Miami. On paper on this, it's just pretty normal. So this could be a good or bad choice, but he just, the first line is pretty funny, which is Josh loves hard and says there's no other way to put it. Okay. But then he's humble, kind-hearted, and goofy, but also a hopeless romantic who's always been very in touch with his emotions. Again, he's looking for a woman who's open-minded, kind, ambitious, adventurous, strives to be genuine. He's family-oriented. I don't know. It all just on paper seems like pretty normal stuff. So let's see what happens with Josh here.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's handsome. He's a bit young, in my opinion. I believe he's one of the youngest of the men here. 5 years is a bit much. Like, my baby brother is 4 years younger than me, and if I thought of even like dating any of his friends, I would just be like, oh my god, that's like, I personally have seen them grow up, so like it's just weird for me. But 4 years is a bit of a wide gap. But anyways, this is 5. Hopefully it will be okay. It says he's in touch with his emotions. So hopefully that means that he's a water sign. So water and earth go really well together. I like that he's family oriented, loves having a good barbecue. So it seems like he has qualities that that Katie would like, it seems. But I actually don't really know Katie that well. So which is really also interesting as to why she's the Bachelorette, because it's like she was only on 6 episodes of Matt's season. I personally wasn't like, oh my god, Katie's the best. Like, okay, cool, she stood up for some women in the house, like awesome. But like I'm not on the Katie train necessarily. Obviously, I want everybody to find love. It's you know, of course, but I don't really know. I don't feel like I know her. Like when some of these bachelorettes, I'm like, oh my god, like she deserves it. Like I'm invested in their story, invested in their love story. I just don't have that with Katie, so I'm kind of really painting a wide stroke here with like the people that I think that she's going to be into, because I don't really know her that well. So
in the promos, they're like, she likes tacos, she loves her pets. I'm like, what? Like who? What? Like, give us some more. Like what? So bleak. Like no information about who she is.
I am excited to get to know her, obviously, because like that's what I like about reality TV is learning about new people. I'm not really that into her journey. Like I'm more into Michelle's journey, which should be in the fall, just because we saw her on the show a little bit more, and like we saw how deep she got in with Matt, and so we're like, oh my god, like let's get her to find like an amazing guy. But I'm not there with Katie, so hopefully they'll get me in. I mean, we're covering it anyway, so I'll be hooked. But
yeah, exactly.
I wish I knew her better though, or cared for her more. You know.
I agree.
Okay. So, who did you just have? You had
sorry, I took Connor B.
Yeah, the other Connor.
And then
Josh. You said. This guy. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah.
Okay, who didn't I pick the? Oh no, that long haired guy. Oh man. Wait, Carl's gone, isn't he? Didn't you pick Carl? Or maybe he's not. Oh no, I'm gonna take Carl.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carl, he's a motivational speaker. So like I'm into that. I love life coaching and creating your own reality and all that jazz. He's at a good age, 4 years older than Katie. He's from Miami, Florida. Oh, we're still on the screen. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I just feel like it's like good times. Hold on. Here, let's get him up here. So yeah, he's looking for off the charts chemistry. So, I mean, hopefully that doesn't mean that he's just kind of like a horn dog, but like, hopefully that he actually wants to connect with somebody, and it's not just to be superficial and just to be for clout. Wants somebody that's fun and spunky. And so I do feel as though Katie is spunky. He loves New Year's Day as a holiday because it's a fresh start, which I think is also great. Like it seems like maybe he's positive, is always looking for the silver lining, especially being a motivational coach. Like I think he'd be good vibes, good spirits. He likes to play chess, so that he has a nice analytical mind and he's strategy, which I like, and he speaks English and French. So I love anybody that speaks multiple languages. So that's my guy, Carl. Any thoughts on Carl?
It's funny that you like that he's a motivational speaker, because that was what was like holding me back from choosing him, because I was like, this could go one of two ways. Obviously, not to knock the motivational speakers who, you know, inspire many people.
My dad's a motivational speaker.
That's fine. I think some people are great at that profession, but it does ping for me when I read it, because I'm like, what is happening as your career? It seems like he's made his career this and has worked hard at it for a long time. So something that he's passionate about. I respect that. But I was like, I don't know if I'm a motivational speaker for mine. Just completely judging on the profession here.
Well, I have like a little crush on Tony Robbins, you know? So like, I love that energy sometimes. So
I think Katie would like someone that is a motivational speaker, because I feel like those types of things would appeal to her in terms of like empowerment and like, yes, you know, like she strikes me as like a woman with a Brene Brown book on her shelf right now. You know what I mean? So
yes, definitely quotes, and like, you know, yeah, I think that they could have a good podcast together, you know, about like taking your power back or something. Who else is left? Boy. Okay, I'm gonna go also with Jeff. So I'm taking the long-haired blondies this time around.
Interesting.
Not usually my types, but he does seem quite like earthy. So he's a surgical skin salesman. I don't know what that means. He's 31. He's from Jersey City. He loves a good sense of humor. So we already know that she's been touted to have great sense of humor, really easygoing. So that could be something that appeals to him. Would love to be a CIA agent. Wouldn't we all? Animals love him. And I think this is very important because animals usually know the good seeds. So if animals do love him, it probably means that he's a good person with a good heart, and he loves some Italian food. So Italian food's not necessarily my all-time favorite, but I've gone for some delicious Italian before, and I respect that as a love. So I'm going with Jeffy.
This last sentence, though, Jeff calls himself an exceptional lover. So here's to hoping he doesn't show up and disappoint.
Well,
he calls himself an exceptional
lover means that Taurus. That's Taurus to me. That's a Taurus.
Oh, I mean, there's something about the self-declared aspect of that that's jokes. I think his biggest trait is that he's Italian. That seems to be all we're getting offered about this man. So I don't know, but there could definitely be some like pasta. I don't know.
Let's share a noodle, spaghetti.
Yeah, like some kind of pasta. He'll definitely say he's Italian within 5 seconds of meeting her.
100%. So I took the motivational speaker, and let's keep the order actually. And long hair Italiano. Okay, so you get. Oh, it's wise because we're uneven because of
one's missing. Yeah.
Okay, so you get 2, and then I get 2, and that's it. Oh my God, you're just gonna leave me with my 2? Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'm taking Marty, the dancer from Reno, Nevada, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it says here that his self-declared tagline is "Marty brings the party," and someone with a tagline is going to have screen time, even if it's for a night, if it's for a few weeks, he will be dropping that. So I'm going purely on the tagline basis here. The Bachelorette loves a tagline, loves a
hashtag.
Yeah, like a brandable moment. And then also, he's a dancer. I think that's pretty funny, especially because a lot of people are like, I don't like dancing or I do like dancing. There's a lot of dancers coming out of the woodwork here. So I'm curious what his energy is going to be like. Big energy, big confidence, and a lot of love to go around. Let's see. Let's see what Marty has to offer.
Okay, Marty. And yeah, he's 25, so he's a little bit young. He's from Reno, Nevada. So I'm wondering what kind of dancer. Like, I'm hoping, like, I might have to put this as a new category for you. Like I said, a song serenade, but like a dance serenade as well. Like, is this a Magic Mike type moment where he does a mini striptease or something like that? Like, I can see Katie sitting uncomfortable while somebody's dancing in front of her. So that could, I'm gonna add this as a category. That's a moment for sure.
And look at that chain, that necklace. I love a statement necklace or just a bold necklace choice for the Bachelor headshot. I think you do you.
He is doing. He is doing.
Who's left?
So okay. You have Trey, Courtney.
Who
else?
There's a reason why I hadn't picked Courtney, and it was because I had already put some people on my team that are on their religious journey, and that's also at play here because he wants someone who is like-minded with his religious beliefs. So I was not in a rush to pick him, but I think I'm going to now.
Courtney.
Because he loves country line dance. So there's more dancing in there.
Who doesn't?
His idea of a perfect nightcap is a bonfire with s'mores, music, and dancing. Okay. Yeah, don't know. We're just gonna do it.
I mean, he's into scuba diving, so it makes me believe that he might be a water sign, which would be good with Katie. Bonfires and s'mores, give her. So he seems like an earth sign to me. Nutrition, he seems like a Virgo, nutrition entrepreneur, whatever that means, but that taking care of the body, fitness, health, outdoors seems Virgo to me. Virgo, decent match for Capricorn. So if we're right with these guesses here, like, I feel like there's a lot of earthy people, and I wonder if they actually did some homework in that sense of like getting people that are potentially good for her.
Yeah.
Because like with Matt, even with Matt and what's her name? Rachel, he's Sagittarius and she's, I believe, a Libra, and those are very good compatibility. And so you can't deny the stars sometimes. So hopefully we'll get to know these people's signs soon so we can, see where our judgments, if we're correct in our assessments here so far. So let's just put your two up on the board. And then I'll see who I have left. So you just took, I already put Marty up. And then whoever, Courtney was that person. Mm-hmm. Where is Marty? Oh, there he is. Whoops, hold on. Let's just do a little bit of this. And so, okay, so left I have, who is this guy?
That's Garrett.
Okay, Garrett and Trey. Okay, so let's just look at those two quickly.
I don't know. Garrett's profile's pretty. there's some standout moments in this one. I was thinking about it, but
I mean, he looks aesthetically like somebody that she would be into. He seems masculine and like that earthy thing that I've been going for. He wants to climb Mount Everest, earthy. He's 29, decent age. He's from California. He's a YOLO type guy, but he's looking for the one right now. So that's good. He's not into a one night stand. He's not a fan of tangy foods. What does that mean? Tangy. Like
a sweet sour, like
no lemon juice or like lemonade or like.
We should ask Tom Colicchio what his definition of tangy is.
I love Tom Colicchio.
Tangy foods. He has a German Shepherd.
Yes, love that. He has a dog named Archer. He's a software sales marketing manager. I mean, these people all have these careers that I have no idea what they mean, but you know, okay.
They're selling
but he's
software.
Looking for a wife. He's looking for a wife, and I like that. I think he looks good with her. And let's see if he has some swagger. So, I mean, considering this is just like the default guy, I think he's a pretty good default guy.
I think he's more likely to maybe make it further than some of the people we've picked recently, but we'll see.
We will see. And then last but not least, and I think he's very cute. Oops, not Box. We already chose Box. Get out of here, Box. I do think he's cute, but I just don't know if he's her vibe. The handsome catch with a huge heart. I just don't see him vibing with Katie. I think he's cute, software engineer. He likes brunch and book clubs, so I'm into that. Loves the harmonica. Not sure where that comes in. And he has an irrational fear of piranhas, which I don't really get. But I think he looks like a nice guy. Hopefully, if you know, ABC is continuing with trying to appear to be quite diverse, that maybe he'll make it past the first night. And so with that being said, that's pretty much everybody. So let's take maybe a final look at our drafts. Wait, and I'm going to add, actually, if I can, that guy. How did I not get it? Oh, actually, no, I'll do it later. Let's do it.
Trey actually does have a good profile here. I think why I didn't choose him was this is another one that's I want as many kids as possible. He wants as many kids as possible, which he's saying at 26, and that he and his wife can comfortably afford. So that's pretty realistic in terms of the approach. But I don't know. Do we know if Katie wants kids? Because I've chosen someone who also is on that same level.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know much about her to be able to know if that's a thing.
She might, and then in which case he becomes a very good choice. But I don't know. I feel like that's such a specific thing, especially when it comes to people like as they're seriously considering having kids or not having kids. Like it's something that people either want or don't. You know, like I don't know.
I think that you're actually supposed to get the last person.
Okay.
I think. I can't. It's confusing me right now. Unless I'm missing one person, but maybe I'm missing two. Is there anybody else that we didn't see up here? Okay,
well, because I have that one that's missing, which is Andrew S.
But then it should still be even, because it should be 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, no, it's 15.
Okay.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no, somebody's twice, or I have your person. All right, well, I'll figure it out. I'll take this back. 16. I'm not sure. I'll figure out what we did wrong here. But I'll send you a screenshot of these so you can take a look. Maybe I'll be updating it with maybe X's through them, or I'll just move them off the board or whatnot. But I'm actually really excited to see how this all goes down now. So do you have anything else you want to say here before we sign off for the day? Are you Jamaican too, Tamika? Woo, woo, woo. Oh, bye, Dolores. Yes, like the video.
I'm excited. I feel like this adds a level of stakes to the show that I don't normally have because I've never done a draft for it before. So I'll certainly be like watching it with that lens too of being like, did I get points for that? Did I not get points for that? And I think that will make it very entertaining.
Absolutely.
And I can't believe it's happening again. I'm excited. I actually am excited because even though I'm on the same page as you with Katie as the choice and feeling kind of lukewarm about that, I know that as soon as this starts and we're back in that world And I'm curious for also for the hosts as well, Tasha and Caitlin. Like, I'm just excited to see how it's all going to play out, and it'll still be classic Bachelor, like, at the end of the day, which is entertaining even in the worst of times. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, like, taking maybe a more playful approach to this season will make it a lot more enjoyable. And I am interested in seeing, like, who's gonna have their shirt off this week. Like, it's silly, but I'm just excited about that. So I definitely am looking forward to this season, even though, as we've talked about, don't necessarily know that much about Katie to be that excited for her. But I'm happy that a new season's starting right now. I kind of would rather, though, there have been maybe a Bachelor in Paradise in between. You know what I mean? Just to change it up, because we kind of have had like 3 regular seasons in a 4, like a lot. And so I wouldn't have minded having a little bit of a Bachelor in Paradise, just because it's a little bit lighter, a little bit of a different vibe. It's shorter. It's just kind of like a little bit more fun. But I'm interested in this one. So we will be back then, hopefully, if this time works out, weekly around this time on Tuesdays would be ideal, depending on our schedules. And so you guys can join us live when we come and talk about each episode, most likely at around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. Any final words before we sign off?
We're good. Yeah, it's all happening.
It's all happening. And you guys in the comments, or anybody watching after we air, if you have any ideas of any things that you want us to receive points for. So I think I wrote it down, but maybe I'm going to put down first kiss. We'll go on there, just anything that we could be looking out on a daily basis. So when we were doing Matt's season, we were kind of looking out for the Peloton shots, shirtless moments. So if you find anything that you want us to keep our eye out on to see if we can start building a new Bachelor trope, that would be great too, just to get some interaction with you guys. And obviously we love looking out for these silly little things. So please do so. And if you haven't done this already, please subscribe to Reality Realness. We've actually hit around 4,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I had a viral video of Elon Musk on my shorts. So since then, many people have been subscribing. So thank you, everybody that's subscribed. And on Friday, alongside with the finale of, or the reunion show of the Challenge All-Stars, we will also be doing the draw for 1,000 subscribers. I'll do the draw. We're giving away some gifts. We're going to kind of have a little bit of a party. So Tanya, you're more than welcome to come. Drinks are allowed, and we're just going to talk a bit about the challenge, have a little bit of a party, give away some prizes and all that jazz. So super casual, around 10 p.m. on Friday this week. So please join us. Come and hang out, and we'll see you for sure next week. Bye.
Yay, bye.